when you're supposed to do a specific task and you've not written it down, or you wrote it down, but then you claim there's no time in 24 hours to do it.
This can affect everybody.
Yeah.
In where like you're just so overwhelmed with life and the tasks become so much that you just kind of like go on a free fall. Like it's like you switch off.
Yeah. Hi there, Actualizers. Welcome to Actualize Center. My name is Gloria Njuguna. I am your host, and today we have the privilege of having Dr. C with us. Hi, Dr. C.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm glad. I'm ready to hear what the surprise topic of the day is, and you know they've been hot and heavy. So let's do this, right?
Yes.
Another round. Let's go.
Awesome. Thank you so much for clicking on our title for today.
Yeah.
And like, share, subscribe, and comment. Make sure you leave a comment. It really helps our channel a lot. So, Dr. C.
And with that, by the way, a lot of people are watching without subscribing.
Okay.
So please, build us up. And so
Yeah.
please make sure, even if you're watching on TV, especially the TV watchers,
Yeah.
scroll to the right, click like, please subscribe, and tell 5 of your family members to subscribe.
Okay, good. I didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Good point. So, Dr. C, today you're in my class.
All right.
So, there's a technique I'm going to teach you with the title of what we're about to discuss today.
See, okay.
So, our topic for today is procrastination.
Okay. Procrastination. Okay.
So, I'm laughing to myself.
Okay.
Because myself, I struggle with procrastination. Yes, I do. But before I teach you the technique I got to learn when I was researching on this topic, I'll ask you a question.
All right.
What are the underlying causes of procrastination?
Okay. The underlining of factors for procrastination. I think one would be your natural, basically your nature.
Okay.
Natural inclination, if I should say that. Your actualized language may be geared more towards a free-flowing character.
Okay.
So there are a percentage of humans who have the nature that is more susceptible towards the actions of procrastination.
Okay.
So naturally, you can just be a procrastinator because that's how you are created from the time you're young.
Okay.
Right? That's number one, right? That's different because once you learn that, then you can know how to deal with that. Then there's procrastination from being overwhelmed.
Okay. Okay.
This can affect everybody.
Yeah.
In where like you're just so overwhelmed with life and the tasks become so much that you just kind of like go on a free fall. Like it's like you switch off.
Yeah.
And you're just like, so sometimes, that's why sometimes you see people, they get so overwhelmed with a test that they don't study.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're like, because of the pressure.
Sure.
So pressure can cause you to procrastinate, and your nature can cause you to procrastinate.
Okay. So, what are the common procrastination habits, and how can we break them?
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you should be answering that question better than me.
I think what has worked for me. I'll
what are the common first?
Common procrastination habits.
Yeah.
When you're supposed to do a specific task and you've not written it down, or you wrote it down, but then you claim there's no time in 24 hours to do it. But there is time. You can create it. Let me tell you something. The other day I was slapped by my best friend, and she was like, "Go, there is time. You just need to figure out where that time is going. Actually calculate in your day and see where your time is actually going. Because you could be sitting down for 30 minutes, you're scrolling on Instagram, watching other content creators, and yet you have your own content you've not posted. but yet you've spent that 30 minutes you're saying you don't have.
Yeah.
It's 30 minutes you could be spending creating that reel for your cake business. Cake business.
You know how many people, by the way, shout out Cakes by Glow.
Thank you.
Instagram. Please go check out the cakes. Soon to come YouTube page.
Yes.
But I think that's, when you said it that way, I thought of time as money.
Right.
And everybody says, my time is money.
Money, yeah.
But the funny thing is, people say that all the time to people, right, who are trying to get them to.
Correct.
But they never do it for themselves.
Yeah.
They never say, hey, me or self.
Right.
How am I treating one of my most valuable assets?
True.
How am I treating my time?
Exactly.
Anyway, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
I mean, technically you're the professor of procrastination here. So this is going to be a different actor. She thought I was the one coming to. She's the one who's you're the experienced one.
No, I did. Actually, I won't lie to you. Up until last week, there's something I really struggled with. And what I've now gotten to do, which I implement what my husband always tells me to do, is to write it down. And I have a planner specifically for tasks that I have to accomplish in a week's time.
Correct.
And what that does now for a procrastinator, it adds a very necessary pressure
Correct.
for you to get those tasks done. Especially jotting down. Like now, for example, in my planner, I have post content.
Okay.
Just because I have not thousands, but hundreds of photos and videos I've not posted yet because I claim that I don't have time. And yet I do have time. So setting those reminders and setting out, writing everything down in a planner,
Correct.
It helps a lot. So that way you're not procrastinating, because you can be an excellent wife, excellent mother, excellent everything else. But then when it comes to something that you birthed in prayer, or you birthed, you got it to start like as a business, as your baby, you end up neglecting it. And it's not because you don't want to do it, but you're procrastinated because you're overwhelmed by everything else that is added on your plate. Yeah.
And I think one of the negatives of procrastination
That's
is this.
That's actually the next question, but go ahead.
Okay.
Answer it.
All right. One of the negatives of procrastination is this. Most of the times when you're procrastinating, and this I'm including everyone, is the fact that you do not prioritize the most important.
Right.
Procrastinators or procrastination causes you to focus on the B instead of the A. Right? It's a twisted way because when you're supposed to work out, right?
Right.
Then you go spend like 30 minutes in the bathroom with your phone. Then you go start cleaning the dishes because they have to be moved out of the way. Then you start arranging the shoes. You spend almost 2 hours sweating.
Right.
Have you ever said like, you know what? I'm too sick to do that, right? But then again, you wash the whole house, or you end up clean the car.
Yeah.
You find that you've done everything.
Yeah.
So what you realize is the fact that you don't have, like, if you don't have that book,
right,
to write down, because what the book also does, a lot of people, the book is not only important. This is another thing I do. I've never actually said this. I normally tell people to get books and explain why it's good to have a notebook for planning, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about diaries. I know people do diaries. I don't really do diaries as much. I do just notebooks for what I need to take care.
Yeah.
Do you know, every day, I don't just write things down. I rank things down. I don't write things down. I rank things down.
Okay.
So I go 1, pray and reflect.
Correct.
2, word.
Right.
3, maybe take care of my students. 4, take care of this. I actually rank it so I can know in order what needs to be done first, because I know procrastination is not just for people who are traditional procrastinators.
Yeah.
We always want to run away from the number 1, number 2, number 3, because that's where the pressure is.
It's true.
But once you get rid of the most important things, it's funny how you get so much pressure off your chest.
Yep. Yes.
Anyway, so go take over. Yeah.
Now you're good. So the technique I learned when I was doing this research for this topic, it's an Italian word called, and please forgive me if I butcher this, but it's called Pomodoro Technique.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Pomodoro Technique.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and teach.
So this technique, it's Pomodoro in Italian means tomato, and
Okay.
I'll insert. We'll insert when we're editing what this steps include.
Okay.
So what it is, it's called. You number one is select a simple task to focus on,
Okay.
and then number two is set a timer to work continuously for 25 minutes. And then number three, take a productive 5-minute break. Then number four, repeat the 4 rounds. And then number 5, take a longer break for 30 minutes and repeat. So it says, I guess the question would be, so how can you use the Pomodoro technique to boost productivity and reduce procrastination? So kind of like even when you going to work or you have, let's say this actually works really great for people who work from home.
Yes.
Especially if you have, when you have kids and stuff, select a simple task to focus on, then set a timer for 25 minutes when you're working continuously without a break. Then you take a 5-minute break, and then number 4, you repeat the steps again from the top. Then you take a longer break for 30 minutes. Thank you for attending Glow class.
The Glow class. I like that.
Yeah.
Pomodoro.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, as you're talking, I'm starting to realize things I do.
Okay. Oh, but you didn't know.
But I didn't really
which
think.
Technique. Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about technique.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking it was a technique. I'll call it the Dr. Caspero. Pomarero.
That's a good.
The Dr. Caspero. Even me.
Abbas.
Yeah. Casperaldo de amigo. All
Done.
right. All right. You know why? Because there's a couple of things I do that you mentioned.
Yes.
Like I told you, I've never mentioned that. I always tell people write things down forever, right?
Right.
But I never say rank them. Now, the thing is, I'm not a natural procrastinator.
Okay.
Right? So then I'm always trying to do these things and improve my efficiency.
Yes.
One thing that you've mentioned is I rank things down. After I rank things down, I realized that I end up spending almost 2-3 hours on the same task. So then I had to cut it down. When I have a lot of tasks, I'm like, you get 1 hour, you get 1 hour, you get 1 hour. And then there's something that is now a cherry on the cake. You want a cherry on the cake on the Caspero. Sure. I even can give myself a snack, a gift.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you get
a treat.
If you finish this, if you do this 1 hour treat, you might get a cookie.
Right.
So there's something to look forward to.
Yes.
At the end of that task.
You deserve this treat.
Yeah, because you stuck to it, and that's so I do actually give myself I'm like, you're not getting any coffee until this you finish this 1 hour. That. After 1 hour you can have this. After 1 hour you can have that.
True.
So anyway, but I like that. I've never thought of putting down the way they've done.
Yeah. With that technique.
Yeah, that is actually a technique.
Right.
All right, that's
Today
good.
It feels like I'm the one who's answering the questions.
Well, like I said, you're the professor. There's something about. See, the thing is, one of the most important things about actualizing is this. You want to go sometimes to somebody who has experienced your knowledge. Experiential knowledge means somebody who understands the challenges of procrastination.
Yes.
Can best pull somebody out of procrastination. Now,
true.
And you know why? Because they empathize with them.
Right.
Somebody who's not a natural procrastinator thinks procrastinators are lazy people.
Right. Ooh. Yeah.
You see that? But the problem of the other side, well, let me not talk about the other side. That's not the issue today.
Yeah.
Today we're doing it procrastinators.
Yeah.
But that's my only thing I would say is, if you're not a natural procrastinator, don't take that procrastinators are lazy. Understand that they are more carefree.
Right.
Sometimes they're more laissez-faire.
Yes.
And that is important also because it helps you keep calm and balance.
Okay.
But procrastinators also need to get work done.
Right.
But we all get procrastination in our lives when we get pressure out of the abundance of what we expected to do.
Yeah, and everyday life things as well.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
So, I think this will be the last question. I don't know if it's a question, it's more of a, let me just ask it.
Okay.
So how can you create now this technique?
Okay.
How can you now implement it or create a schedule and stick to it to overcome procrastination?
All right.
Yeah.
1, you must buy a notebook.
Yeah.
You must buy a notebook.
Right.
That's if you can't get yourself to get up and buy a good notebook and a beautiful pen
Yeah.
that will go with you everywhere,
Correct.
you've not begun.
That's true. That's true.
So you have to buy. That's the first thing you need to invest in.
Yeah.
Number 2, if you can, get a helper, a mentor or a coach who will on occasion meet with you.
Yeah.
And if better, pay for it so
Yes.
that it's definitely going to happen.
It's true.
3, do those techniques, like
Correct.
I've said.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll tell you from my technique that might help you is you don't need to do the 1 hour like me. You can short it down to 25
Yes.
minutes, like you
And
said,
then the 5-minute break.
with a 5-minute break, but also have something to look forward to.
Correct.
As in, man, here's the thing, I'm going to allow myself to watch this show.
Correct.
But if I don't do this job, I don't get to watch this show.
It's true.
Okay? That makes you, okay, there's something I'm working towards.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have to figure out, what do I love?
Right.
Is it a cup of tea? Is it a cup of tea and a small cookie? Is it whatever you love? Put it
Yes.
at the end
Correct.
of that list.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, there's a joy. Let me tell you, there's a reason why people run in the Olympics. You know, some countries that you don't even get paid a month.
Right.
But there's a joy in winning a trophy.
Yeah. There is.
It doesn't matter if you're 5 years old. It doesn't matter if you are 80 years old. Winning a trophy matters.
It does.
So find your trophy,
It does.
make your list,
Correct.
and join the Actualize family.
Yes. Join us.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all I have for today.
All
Thank
right.
you so much for clicking on our video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we're so grateful that you watched our title for today.
Yes.
And with that, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Keep actualizing.
Actualizing.
Subscribe.
Yes.
Even those people on TV, subscribe.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Welcome to Actualize Talks, your destination for purpose discovery, setting vision goals, and fostering leadership growth.
I'm joined in studio by Dr. Casper.
Joining me now in the studio, we have Dr. Casper.